Hi there, and welcome to MS-DOS Game Reviews, where we play ancient games in an emulator and record the results for posterity. So today is a special one. Today we are reviewing the start of a genre, Test Drive. It was released for DOS in 1987 by Accolade, and it is an incredibly well-written, tight, compact game. Now you can tell there's a lot going into it because the download is 406 kilobytes, so there's a lot of graphics. And look at the description here. Test Drive is so short. It's a racing driving simulation game, and that's all they say. And you look at the DOS screenshots here, that looks a little bit iffy. Now this game supports EGA mode, so on my emulator it actually looks a lot prettier. Now there's a couple of comments, and there we go. So let's see what you get when you download this game from myabandonware.com. First things first is a manual. So a little bit black and white, Test Drive manual, and some pictures of cars. And we'll just keep on scrolling on. How to start the game, and then the game. Your lifelong quest has been to drive one of the world's most exotic sports cars. Now's your chance. You just made your first million going public with your software company. You eagerly drive down to the local dealership. The salesman smells money and offers to let you take out whatever it is on their lot for a test drive. You look around, suddenly your drawers on your knees. You see 5 cars, your heart skips a beat. You loosen your collar and gasp for some air. Which one? You scream to yourself. Selecting a test drive car, so you can select, and then driving. You slide in the key, you give it ever so lightly a twist. Vroom, the car roars to life. So, tells you you're going to go drive a nice mountain road, and some tips, and then gives you a little bit of a description of what you'll be seeing in the game. And so there's a couple of screen keys that you can use, and then joysticks. There's a couple of credits. So that is pretty much the manual. And we'll just close that sucker down and go to the game. So here we go. We shall do number 2, EGA 16 colors. And it asks you to select it twice. There's a little bit of an issue with the batch file there. Alrighty, so as a nice little intro, as I was telling you, this game is extremely well written. Music for PC speaker is really, really good. And yeah, so we'll do K for keyboard. And now you have different cars you can pick from. So red Lamborghini, you can see the acceleration, price, all that. And pressing up, you get the next car, Lotus Esprit Turbo, and they are different cars. Like I said, Porsche 911. So these were the top cars in 1989. Ferrari Testarossa. Each one of these has their own dashboard. Chevy Corvette, and we're back to the Countach. So. Let us go take this car for a spin. Alrighty. So we're controlling with the keypad and A and Z for shifting. And you can, that's your revs. And let's go. Oh man, I played this game to death when I was young. And it's an awesome game. Woo! Of course, there's no disclaimer that tells you don't drive like this. There's only one small thing with the controls. Well, especially with the keyboard controls, in that you when you release a key or when you press another key, so you can't hold in forward and then press another key and then it goes back to repeating the forward key. You've got to actually press the forward key to accelerate again. Man, that was close. What the hell? Why is there traffic on this road? And who takes a car, test drive car? Oh, yeah, so that happens often. I did see a playthrough online where some person was able to drive the entire game without crashing, and that was just something else. Now, when looking at the graphics you get in this game, what is super amazing is that this so you do get a little pause place, and alright. So what I wanted to say before pulling into that gas station is that it is super amazing that this game runs well on the IBM XT with a 1.4 megahertz chippy. Come on. Yeah, so as I was saying, this game plays well on an IBM XT, 1.4 megahertz chip, and as you guys know, PC speaker is also controlled by that same CPU. So the coding on this thing is just insane. So this was one of the first games written by a big house, has a little bit of money behind it, and Accolade did a fantastic job here. Hey. I suppose it must be easier with a joystick. I've never played this game with a joystick. There's always been keyboard controls for me. So for the time, the realism in this game was amazing. And it's not a patch to what you get these days. I'm a big fan of Dirt 4. If you've never played that, it's a rallying game, also amazingly well written. But you kind of expect that these days. At the time, people didn't really invest in video games, and this was one of the first ones which you can see money was spent, experts were hired. All right. So as I was saying, money was spent, was polished until it was ready and then released on the unsuspecting public. Even today when I'm driving this thing, you do get a feeling of suspense. It was done for the graphics. The simple mountain on one side and the abyss on the other. You can imagine that leaving the road would have a big penalty over here. And you'd think this game gets boring quick, but that's not the case. We did spend quite a few afternoons seeing who could get the highest score. And yeah, well, once you're tired of the one car, oh, there's one other thing, one other element to this, that if you drive too slowly, you get the police on your backside. Now, you only get a few vehicles to play with, or a few tries. There's no life indicator, but they do, for some reason, give you a game over at some point. Now, I haven't counted how many tries you've got. There's no indicator how many lives you have in this game. Suffice it to say, you do get game over after a few crashes. Not many criticisms. I'm actually having fun playing this game today. And like I said, the only thing is the keyboard repeat. That might just be I don't know. Maybe your lives are regenerated when you pull into the gas station. I don't know. Jimmy's gas and goes. Yeah, no. Crashed a few times. And what you learned pretty early on in the game, there's no point in slowing down. You just can't avoid an accident by slowing down. You either have to drive just through it. was like I say, I was watching this playthrough of this game online, and some insane person was able to drive this game all the way through without crashing. And I don't want to spoil it, because maybe I do get to the end of this game. Depending on how lucky I am with traffic. Oh, I had a little bit of a sound issue there, hopefully. So that sound, that's the cops. See, I tried to pull down there, didn't go. So yeah, as I was saying, I happen to like Dirt 4, and in that game, braking plays a big role. Over here, not much point. You just play with your 3 frames a second, maybe a little bit more. Man, how did I get through that? And a cop on my tail. There we go, up to my 100 mile an hour. No, I definitely don't condone driving like this. I'm actually a slowpoke in the real life. I used to drive fast, but luckily survived all that. Can I make it? Oh dear. Pulling into the gas station. Still learning to shift out. Your average speed was 79, and it took 4 minutes and 7 seconds. That kind of time is worth 47 points. So Mr. Tony's fuel queuing. I think if I make the next segment, that's it, and I finish the game. So true to form, this game is difficult. Turn. See? I was holding that turning button in. Really? There we go. Okay, let's get up to speed here. How am I supposed to pass that? So I don't know how fast you have to drive to lose the cops. But I think 100 miles an hour should be more than enough. Hey, slow down successfully. As driving simulations go, like I said, this game was an absolute marvel. Forwards time, it just broke the mold. Nobody else could do anything like this. There you go. The steering controls are so slow on the keyboard. I think on a joystick it might actually be easier to play the game. There we go. Let's see what this bad boy can do. There's going to be somebody coming from the front now, isn't there? Yeah, game over. Hopefully you guys liked this little preview of Test Drive, the first one ever. And you have qualified as one of the best drivers, and stick my name in there. And hey, look at that, 21,000. So yeah, hopefully you guys like this little video, and we'll see each other on the next one. But in the meantime, we shall see each other. In the meantime, you guys have a fantastic day, and goodbye.